Hello, welcome to the Fun Factory. We've got so many signs, we don't know what to do with them all, so we pile them all on the roof. All up there. I think it must be my blood. I've been doing it for 36, 37 years and still doing it, and it hasn't died out yet, but I suppose one day we'll stop making neon signs. The actual way that neon signs and these bulb signs, lamp signs is made hasn't actually changed since it was invented 70, 80, 90 years ago. I've noticed now, more people realise that neon is made by hand and it's a bespoke, tailor-made thing, and that it's not made on a machine, and that every element of it is done by hand. This little neon sign down here, Love Dust, I originally did that for Judge Dredd, Mega City. I did about 200 neon signs for Judge Dredd. Took me about 3 or 4 months to do those. Tomb Raider, I did 150 different neon signs for Tomb Raider. Blur came here and I did their first pop video. It was called She's So High, and yeah, they were pretty high when they came in, especially the bass player. Well, the first ever neon sign my dad made, my dad was a coal miner from Wales, from the Rhondda, and he came to London because he never had any money, and he got to London and he got involved in the light business, so he went from dark to light and he started making neon signs. And the first neon sign he ever made was a mobile neon sign, which wasn't very far from here, and it was the first mobile neon sign in Europe. And Bill Elwood, who made the Spine television neon sign for the TV channel, he actually made the first mobile sign in Europe in 1952 because he used to work for my dad.
When I left school, I went for an interview. It happened to be in Soho, and all the signs were there, the neon. And he said to me, "Would you like to learn to make those?" I said, "Yeah." Before you're proficient, you need to be about 5 or 6 years at this. Durex. Little Durex. He used to make them in boxes. They were all over the place, in all the windows. And that was my first sign. We've had all sorts of things. A pair of lips in a box, a flamingo, a bunch of flowers. They'll never replace neon. They don't look as good as neon. Once you see a neon sign next to an LED sign, there's no comparison. The trouble is, there's so few people in this trade now who make the neon, so they've got to look elsewhere for something else. I've now put a turbo pump on it, which gives you a vacuum, which I'm pulling out all the impurities out of there now. We'll put the electrode on the end. The tube is under vacuum, which allows the electricity to pass from one electrode to the other. This wouldn't work without the mercury, so what I'm going to do is pop it in there now. The mercury.
Yeah, the whole story behind Selfridge's issue is pantomania. It's all about pantomime. If you look at this picture over here, what they wanted to do, we've got to create that. What they wanted to do, they wanted to look like a whole giant box of Christmas baubles and lights have all been tipped out on the canopy. This is a tiara, and that's the word star. Hearts, Santa's in a sledge. Yeah, I do get a bit nervous because they've got a wall around the back of Selfridges where anybody who doesn't complete, you get lined up and you get shot. And this is it, the culmination of 6 weeks of of my life. Reminds me of, I don't know, it reminds me of when I was a child and you used to turn the Christmas tree on at Christmas and you put all the decorations on it and it all lit up. That's the kind of feeling you get. But the man who originally built this store, Gordon Selfridge, he would have really loved this because he loves to be the first at everything. I hoped it would look this good, but I couldn't, you know, you never really know till you're finished and you switch it on and you put the last bulb in and you flick the switch and then it all lights up and you get this amazing feeling of exhilaration that you've succeeded and you've completed it. And one of the best tests is the guys that work for you is if they walk away and they don't look back and they don't take any pictures, then it's not been a good job. But if they walk across the road and they start taking photographs and they don't want to go home, then you know you've done something really good. And this one, I think we stood here looking at this for about an hour when we first turned it on and didn't really want to turn it off.